Texas roots, where my heart belongs, where my heart belongs. Take me back to South Texas roots.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. We are chugging along with the build, moving right along where we left off on the last video. You saw me going in and mudding the south wall all around above all my cabinets, and then also the wall opposite of my feature wall here in the living room. I went back in yesterday and finished painting all of this section over here. It is a marble something. It's a green color, light green, which is definitely not overpowering, but I like the way it looks. If I can close these, maybe it'll help show it a little better. Maybe not, I don't know. But it gives it a little bit of a natural color to it. Once again, I painted that one in white, the side of the cabinet. And then I started working over here. This morning, I actually painted this entire wall over here. It is dry. There's still a couple of spots that are just a little bit tacky, but for the most part, it is dry. I decided that I didn't like the way it looked just plain, so I'm gonna add in some extra boards and do the board and batten look. I've already started adding in some of the trim at the bottom. I went to Lowe's today. Shout out to Mom, she went with me. I changed my mind on those little boards, this one right here. These are some of the ones I had left over. These are like $1.58 a piece. They're just very cheap. A lot of them are kind of bowed and have knots and stuff in them that make it look really cheap and really not the best. So I went ahead and picked up more pine boards today. Spent another $150. I got more mud, and then I bought 10 10-foot 1x4s, and I'm gonna split the majority of the 1x4s in half, which would initially make a 1x2 or close to it, so about 1.75 inches thick, and I'm gonna run those up and down every 15 inches or so and just spread it out. And yeah, I think it'll make it look a little bit better back here. It gives it more of a definition, but I'm really liking that green color. It's so crazy just adding that board at the bottom for the trim at the bottom, how much it changes the look of this section over here. Like, it's a lot more finished, but really liking the way it's coming out. Once again, I'll have a mini split above the entryway, a desk, some kind of photos and stuff up there, and it'll block a lot of the wall anyways. But with that being said, I need to go outside. I'm gonna go ahead and start splitting all these boards in half. I've already got one done. I got about another 8 or so to go, and then I think that should be good. I'm gonna use the same boards, the 1x4 that's split in half. I'm gonna use that as a trim at the top as well, and then eventually I'll get up and frame out the beam going across and get the fan installed in here as well. So with that being said, I'm gonna go outside, get the stuff cut up. We're gonna get this stuff installed, and we're gonna see what it looks like. All right, now that I got all my wood cut, I need to go up top where the beam is and measure from the beam down to the wall over here, get that distance. The same thing from the beam down to the edge of that wall, get that distance as well. And then go ahead and shoot in the trim up top. Then I need to figure out the angle that I need to cut for the angle of the ceiling for the boards going up and down. And it should start coming together. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I might need to pull out the scaffolding. I'm hoping I won't have to, but I think I might need to. I don't know if the ladder is gonna be tall enough for me to be able to reach the peak or not, but at the end of the day, there is going to be a beam going across up here, so it's going to cover up a good section up there. I think I'm going to go with the 1x12 as the bottom of the beam, and maybe some 1x6s going up, so it'll be a big bulky beam going across, and it'll cover up a big section up there. So the trim will just go up to the beam, and then I'll build the beam a little bit later. But the reason the beam needs to be so wide is I have all my electric and stuff running along the side of it, so I need to encase that, and it should look good when it's all said and done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up there, get the measurements, get these things cut, installed, and then we'll see what it looks like once I'm done. All right, it's been about an hour. I got this whole section done. Basically, I need to work above the stove over there, but I'm gonna wait on that. I'm tired of getting up and down on the ladder. I also need to go in and caulk everything on both sides of the wood, make sure everything is nice and sealed up, there's no gaps anywhere, and then I'll go back in and hit it again with another coat of paint. But overall, I like the way it came out. It just kind of breaks up that big wall over there, and once again we'll have a desk and mini split and stuff like that over there as well. So you might be able to see up top there's a little gap just above the board over there. I need to go in and, like I said, caulk the sides and everything, and try to make sure these boards are as straight as possible. So I think there's one of them that's just a little bit crooked that I need to go in and fix, but for the most part I think it came out all right. Had to run to DG a second ago and get more caulk, so shout out to DG for having some building supplies there. It makes my life a little bit easier. And then, like I said, I'll need to go in and work on this section up top, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll and move on to the next project. I think after I get this wall completed, I'm going to move over to this wall. The north wall, I ran out of mud on the last video, so I need to go in and texture that, get that painted, and then we'll be working on the ceilings in here. And that should make this look a lot more completed in here. It's just crazy to me adding in a baseboard over here for this board and batten, how much it makes it look more completed. So anyways, one last look real quick. It's going to take me a minute getting up and down on the ladder, trying to caulk each side of the boards and stuff, go in and make sure everything's good. So I may or may not show that on time lapse. If I do, you'll see it here in a second. If not, you'll see it all caulked up and ready to paint and move on to the next step. So anyways, very excited to get this going. So I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get back to work. 2 hours later. I got the wall finished for now. I'm gonna let it dry overnight. I like the way the board and batten looks on the house. It's not technically board and batten since it's sheetrock on the back, but I think it came out pretty good overall. I like the way that the baseboard looks on there as well. Went in and sealed up all the edges real nice. So I like the way it looks overall. It came out pretty good. Once again, I'm gonna have a beam going across the house, so that'll be covering up that middle section up there. So I'm not really worried about that looking a little messed up at the moment, but overall very pleased with the way it's coming out. It's really gonna start coming together tomorrow when I go ahead and get all this stuff painted in and finish off putting the wooden stuff up on this section over here. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. We'll check back in the morning. Hope you guys are enjoying the video. Don't forget to smash that like button, and we're gonna check back in the morning. Alrighty, just like that, it's the next day. I came in and painted up the wall. I think it came out pretty good. I don't feel like getting up on a ladder and fixing that section up there this morning. It is about 7:45 in the morning. Don't feel like getting on a ladder, but I do want to get some work done this morning. So I think what I'm going to do is texture this wall back over here, the north side. I got to move all the stuff out of the way first. This is all my tools and building supplies and all that good stuff. Those things are pretty heavy, so I'll just have to move it out, move the scaffolding out, and then I'll get the mud and go over and texture everything, let it dry, and then possibly later today I can come in and paint it. I think it says it takes between 4 and 8 hours for that stuff to dry to be able to paint, so we'll see what happens. Went in and caulked, as y'all saw. Shout out to Dollar General once again. They had some silicone in here, so That right there takes about 30 minutes after applying it, and then you can go in and paint it. That's what I did yesterday, got that done. And yeah, really liking the way that the board and batten looks. I understand once again that it's not technically board and batten because it's sheetrock, but it's the board and batten look that I was going for. And I think it came out pretty good. So with that being said, I don't put you guys down. We're gonna get ready to start mudding all this stuff. I'm gonna clear everything out, and then we're gonna check back in. All right, so I got everything moved out of the way now. I just finished sanding the wall as well. Got it about as smooth as I can get it. Got the mud ready to go, the texture that I need. I'm getting ready to roll it on. And then, like I said, I'll let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll go back in and knock it down. And then hopefully maybe this evening I can come back in and paint this, or maybe tomorrow morning I can come back in and paint it. But I want to make sure it's 100% dry before I do that. But yeah, I got this section cleaned out now. It opens up this living room a lot without all this stuff in here. And once I'm done building, this place is going to be empty. All this stuff's going to be out of here. The scaffolding won't be in here. Basically all I have is a couch and a coffee table and a desk. Everything else will be nice and open. Plenty of room for the dogs to run around and not have anything for me to trip on. So yeah, anyway, sorry I'm out of breath. Just we're going up and down sanding everything as much as possible. So anyways, now I'm going to go ahead and start mudding, getting this stuff done, and it should start coming together. Done for today. I got this whole wall textured now. I got to let it dry. Once it turns white, that's when you know it's dry, and you can go ahead and paint it at that point. So I don't know if that'll be later today or maybe tomorrow, but I think that's all I'm going to get done for today. I've also been cleaning outside, doing other stuff off camera, trying to clean this property up as much as possible. But yeah, I like the way everything's coming out. I'll need to go in here with a sponge or something and give it a little bit of texture between the two windows here. I couldn't get in there with the brush. So other than that, everything else is good. I'll just let this dry. Once again, what do y'all think of the board and batten look inside the house? I think it looks pretty cool. On the next video, I'll go ahead and finish painting everything, and then I'll finish up this wall over here above the kitchen, putting the board and batten up there, get everything cleaned up, and should be good to go. Last night I was cleaning up in the kitchen a little bit. It's still very dusty because I've been working a lot, but the sink I had was left outside for a while and there was a bunch of rust. So I got some of this Barkeeper's Friend, put that in there, and it cleaned it right up. So it's nice and shiny now. There was a bunch of rust all in this section, got it all cleaned up. So if you need to clean out a sink or something like that, use that Barkeeper's Friends. So got it at Dollar General for like $1, and it definitely cleaned up my sink and made it look brand new. So anyways, I am done talking. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We are one step closer to getting this, actually this whole house completed. It's crazy that we're getting closer and closer each day. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash that like button. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Bye guys.
Take me back to South Texas roots, where my heart belongs, where my heart belongs. Take me back to South Texas roots.